Kanye Chwete, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm halfway through my day. How are you doing?
Me, I'm not hungover. I'm not.
Not at all.
Not at all hungover. There's no
You're
particular
fine.
reason I'm wearing sunglasses. There's no.
Okay. It's just sunny in Greece right now.
Yeah, it's a
Is
super
it?
sunny.
It's super sunny.
It's a super sunny, and that's why I'm wearing sunglasses. I just
You're wearing a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses. I just did a Google of the current temperature of where you are. It's 15 degrees Celsius. What happened to you, bro? Where are you?
me.
What's going on over there?
Dude, I'm first of all, I'm definitely not hungover. I just want everyone to know that that's 100% a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just really bright here. It's super bright in Greece today. So yeah, man, that's the reason. That's the reason for the sunglasses. Oh,
Yeah, you checked on the Hawaiian shirt and the sunglasses. If you're
yeah,
listening to this, Nick is wearing a Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses, and I think it's what 8:30 in the morning where you at?
yeah. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's how much we love you guys. We woke up Nick from
yeah.
his
You
peaceful
guys,
sleep.
exactly, guys. I got out of bed for you guys this morning. That's how much I appreciate the fandom.
Mate,
Yeah,
people, the people appreciate you so much.
I know. I got a very angry phone call from Kanye this morning because I overstepped my alarm, and he was like, dude, it's 8:30. What kind of 29-year-old's not out of bed at 8:30 in the morning?
Yeah, you've got to be out of bed
Oh,
at least
100%,
by 7. I mean, look,
dude.
sometimes I'm not even out of bed before 8, but
Oh
that's usually
yeah,
because I work late though. Usually because I
yeah.
work late.
No, fair
I'm
enough.
not just chilling in bed for fun.
I was in bed because I was having the most fun. That's why I was
All
having the
right.
most fun sleeping, and I didn't have another
Oh, fun
responsibility.
sleeping. Yeah, yeah, true, true,
Yes,
true.
yes, yeah. It's the best.
Read your book and fell asleep.
The
The
pedestal.
pedestal.
The pedestal.
Over 100.
I wanted to come today, let the listeners know. So I got a new job, right? New job. Hey, we'll probably put some music in
Yay!
here
Woo!
somewhere. New job experiences. Um, and there was a topic we were discussing in our group chat that was sort of centered around like what is actually important to you for the workplace. Like what do we actually value?
Yeah,
Um, and I think what we've worked about 5 years now, professionally at least. Some
7.
people maybe less, some people a bit more, but around the 5 year mark. We've been working for 7 years.
Yeah, dude. I've been grafting.
For who? When?
I've been working,
Commercially?
dude.
No, you're lying.
Yeah, 100%. I've been working for 7 years now. I've got seven. Just anyone checking my CV, I've been
7 years?
working
Wow,
for
okay.
7 years. I have 7 years working experience. Carry on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but like I'm talking like degree qualified work experience, not just work experience.
I
That's what I'm trying
mean,
to say.
that's relative. Yeah,
Actually,
but
no,
okay.
to be fair, probably even just no, but actually I think you're right, actually. I'm a bit wrong. Even working experience, you can sort of pull from what I'm trying to get at you.
Hmm.
And one thing I noticed, or at least with me, one thing I've noticed immediately in terms of the workforce is like just how important culture is to me,
Dude,
like
huge.
cultural fit.
It's massive.
And I don't mean like we're not talking about culture in terms of like everyone has to agree with all my ideas and beliefs, but like just having that sort of camaraderie. Like, we come from sports backgrounds. So I don't really struggle with getting along with people of different creeds, religions, races, whatever. Um, but I did notice that coming into, my previous job, there was a lot of people. I mean, I don't know, it's just, some people were just happy to do the job and go home. And I started to notice that even I'm not too bothered at this stage of my life about what I do, because I know it's a grind and you have to do what you got to do, all that type of shit. But I did notice like how big the culture, it kind of fluctuated where I worked because the company sort of were taken over. But I noticed how the fluctuation in culture actually affected my productivity, which in a sense starts to affect my success. So yeah, I thought we could play around with that topic a bit, like culture. So what would you say, or not even culture, but maybe what would you say is important to you in the workplace?
So I mean, I think it's a great topic because I mean, because I've worked for 17 years now. So with like at my first journalism job, the idea was you come in, they usher you in like cattle, and they get you in and they put you into your
Yeah.
pen, and you sit there and you grind out 15 articles a day, and they send you home. And there was like almost no bonuses. We got like, I think for the Christmas bonus, they gave us like a coffee cup with a Ferrero Rocher in it, and like that was it. So there was like no culture, you know what I mean? And everyone loved working in sports, but but there's no culture, then you're not going to enjoy that, right? And
So it was
so,
like, just be grateful you're working in sports.
yes, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, yeah.
Until I moved to like a place when I was working at like Varsity Cup and Varsity Sports, and the whole thing was about culture. It was like we're a team and we had to succeed and victory, and there were all these sayings we had like up and under, and we change lives, and remember everything you do is about changing someone's life today, and what's the other one? Each one change one, where we have to try and like I don't know, support someone else in that day. It was all about
Each one teach
culture.
one? Or was it change one?
Each one change one.
Each
Yeah,
one
each one
teach
change.
one? Oh, each one change one. Okay.
Each one change one. Yeah. And he had
Okay.
this little finger like this. So yeah, so that was like such a different experience from the first one to the second one. And I think if I look at the way that people worked in for like when I was at that second job, it was like people would grind out into the night because they're like, we are doing something for a greater cause, and we making a difference, and this is my teammate, and we have support structures. And on Friday afternoon, sometimes you just down tools and you go, okay, guys, drinks, come. I don't care if you don't have anything to do now, we're gonna have drinks. And like I think that was the whole work hard, celebrate hard as well that made such a difference. I mean, for what do you think is important about it?
Well, I think us as millennials, who comes after millennials? Gen Z?
I think Gen
Gen
Z.
Y?
I never know how this works really.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who even came up with these numbers. Anyway, I think
Yeah.
with millennials, with us coming into sort of the information age and the digital age, um, there is a sense of like, because we know so much, there's a sense that I matter, and therefore I should do stuff that matters, right? Maybe it's an obsession, maybe it's sort of like the gift and the curse, right? Is that we want to feel like we're a part of something, and that what I do isn't just mundane or just a cog in the wheel. Whereas I think in previous generations, it was like, just be grateful you have something to do, and find solace in like having a family and a house, and
Solus.
solace and just having a career. Whereas we're just like, wait, is solace the word?
Solace.
Solace?
In
Solace?
English, we pronounce it solace.
Solace, yeah. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. You guys are educated.
Sorry, that was rude.
Um,
I apologize.
and I
Not
think,
really.
yeah, and I think yeah, we want to feel like there's purpose. There's something more to what I do every day. So I think for us now, I don't think culture was a big thing for companies beforehand, but I think now the smarter of us, I'm including us in that conversation, and the more talented workers, we need better culture. And if you're not going to give us better culture, we're going to go find someone else who'll give it to us, and we're actually prepared to take less money.
Yeah, 100. I feel you 100%. I think, and I would look into like the psychology of this. But I think it was it Noam Chomsky or was it Slavoj Žižek who said
I don't
that
know what you're talking about.
it,
But go on, get your quote off. Get your quote off. Go on.
yeah, okay, it's a good quote. It's a fucking good quote. Are you ready? They
Yes.
said that one like sort of the weirdest thing about like the 2000s was that your boss is no longer your enemy, your boss is your friend. And that was the like the slow destruction of the working class, because now there's no like this it was a very clear defined, if you're working in a factory in the 1800s, your boss is your enemy. That was it. And you were constantly fighting for more wages, and you did your labor and they gave you money, and there was no relationship between you and your boss besides that economic relationship, besides
Yeah.
that professional relationship. Whereas now it's like your boss is your friend. He's like, hey guys, let's get in here and let's work hard and I don't know, put out those social media posts and whatever. So now it becomes a far more skewed relationship. So if you say, hey boss, I would like more money, and you go, hey, buddy, we had drinks on the other day. Why are you trying to make life difficult for me? Why are you skewing the boundaries here? Like, come on, be a team player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you
Yeah,
leaving the company? And that was quite a difficult thing because that culture has had to, your boss became your friend as opposed to someone that you sold your labor to, which is,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, can you tell the people what you say to people? You said something to me. I'll say if you don't remember it, but do you remember what you said when you said you have a phrase now instead of hey, so what do you do for work?
Yes.
Well, what's your phrase?
My phrase is, and how do you serve capitalism? Because that makes more sense.
No, your actual quote was what is it? The quote was what form of capital slavery do you serve?
So it wasn't actually that, but it was, I mean, I guess that's what I was getting at, because all we do is we sell our labor. That's what we do. And there's
Yeah,
all these things like, oh, I want to, like, I'm not super happy with my job, but my boss is nice or whatever. He goes like, no, don't get it twisted. You sell your labor. That's all you do. They don't, if you die tomorrow, they will find someone else because I need to complete that job. Like, it's got nothing. They might weep for a day, but they still have to get that job done. So
yeah.
yeah. And I think, I mean,
I
look,
think I learned that as well with like well, I don't know if you have this, but when you work, you start to realize it's never done. Like stuff is actually just never done. Like it's this endless cycle of catch up and trying to like put out that fire and sort that out and fix that all that type of stuff. And then I realized, oh, like if I disappear, like this isn't going away. So why the fuck is it dominating my dreams or my weekend or you know what I mean?
why does it control your entire psyche? Your entire
Exactly.
emotional wave is dependent on this thing that you actually have, obviously you have control over, but not really. You know what I mean? Like, it still
Yeah.
has to be done. It's still going to be there. It doesn't go away.
Like your best effort is generally your best effort and you just have to live with that. Like trying to like go like look, there's definitely situations you have to go above and beyond, but like that anxiety that builds up, I realize, oh, like I actually have to control that because that's not going away.
Yeah.
Like there's always more to be done. There's always something I should have picked up on. It's just like wow. And
I
now
think,
I'm entering an industry where you work till you collapse. So we'll see how that goes.
so I think that what you must discern between is that, am I worried about a work thing because I need to get the work done? Or are you worried about a work thing because you want your career trajectory to be going up? You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah.
worried about a work thing for the sake of that invoice being put in or these reports to be done, that's
Mm,
that's not good. But if you're thinking like, me doing this work will then present me opportunities in the future, that's different. You know what I mean? Or if there's
yeah.
another kind of
So you almost
financial
like
incentive.
change your perspective.
Yeah, I think so.
Switch your perspective. Yeah, yeah.
Because I mean, I'm not like a pro at working or anything, so I've got no real box to stand on here. But for me, there was some stuff when I got to that job, and they said, "Hi, Nick. So it's your job to, what do they say? To note stats of all the players that come in." And I thought about it for a second. I was like, "So I'm gonna have to go through every weekend and jot down stats, and then put them and spend Tuesday morning putting them into an Excel sheet and stuff." And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Nah, nah.
And they were like, Nick, but it's part of your job. And I was like, no, I'm not, I'm not going to do that. And that to accept, like, okay, well, Nick's just not going to do that. We have to give that to someone else because I can't go hire a new person because of like a small part of the job that I won't do.
Just about. I mean, I have a similar situation where like sometimes you'll be given a responsibility or it can be a previous responsibility or sort of a new responsibility. And sometimes I'd have to sort of build the case of like, oh, I know I have to do this, but it takes X amount of my time, which is available to the business. So this actually doesn't bring any value. So I don't think I should be doing it anymore.
Yeah.
They go, no, but we need this for that. And I'm like, if you can show me where the value is for this, I'll keep doing it. But here's my argument. If you have a better reason, I don't see why this
Why do
still
I
has to
carry
be
on
done.
doing this? Why
Yeah,
am I
yeah.
doing this right now? Yeah.
Like
No,
this is
fair enough.
silly.
Mm. And I think that's important. It's important to do that. because you only have so much time to do
Oh no,
stuff.
sometimes you have to feed work. Yeah. Sometimes work will try to feed you, and you have to be like, no, hold on. I can't buy for this. I'm so sorry.
I'm not doing that.
Right, but don't do that with all your tasks. Otherwise, you will get fired.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. No, there's some shit stuff
Like
you always have to do, but there's
be
also
smart
stuff
about it.
that you. But there's also a precedent. So if you do it the first time, you'll do it every fucking time. So if someone says
Are you
like,
saying you set a standard?
yes, yeah. So that's why if someone says to you, hey, do you mind just running these reports for me and just quickly because I don't have time, you say no, because you'll run those reports every time after that. Like there's no way that you're getting away with not doing that ever again.
Dude, you're blowing
Yeah.
my mind now because maybe I don't want to turn it into a white black thing, but like, yeah, white people, that's just such a smart way to approach work. We just buy. Like we just buy for so long, and then we'll have to sit with someone and be like, "Oh, you know, you don't have to buy for that." And I'll be like, "What?" maybe it's not a white or black thing. I'm sure there's white people who also just buy.
Yeah, no, sure,
And
no,
just
of course.
eat shit at work.
No, dude, I eat shit all the time. I eat shit on the daily, but there's also some shit I
Okay.
won't eat. There's some shit that I just won't eat, and I'm glad I didn't eat that shit because then I'd still be eating that shit.
Yeah. I see your vision. I actually have a report that I do now. Well, I've got a new job now, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, I'll do it. It'll be good for me. And I'm just eating cock. Chowing it.
Yeah, dude.
Midnight, 1 a.m. Like, why?
Avoid eating that shit if you can.
Dude, yeah.
That's the worst.
Definitely something I'll try be more knowledgeable about for the
Yeah.
new gig. Although when you're new, you kind of have to just chow.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Do you have that thing when you I think almost everyone I've ever spoken to about this has the same experience. When you start a new job, you don't take lunch. You want to be working there for the full lunch hour, and then you might have to clock off at 5, but you carry on working until 6:30, and you just push yourself. You know what I mean? Like everyone skips lunch in that first few months. Do you have that?
Yeah, or no, at least eat lunch at your desk.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dude, the first 6 months, the probation period, the only thing people must say must be like, oh yeah, he works.
Yeah.
That's nothing else.
He could be getting it wrong, making mistakes.
Up. Yeah. Oh yeah, he comes in early and he works.
Yeah.
That must be the only things oaks must notice about you.
And that's enough.
And you must be zip. You don't say shit. You go in there. People only hear from you like maybe Friday drinks and you chat a bit.
Yeah, 100%.
You come in there stealth. Bring no attention to yourself. And the thing is, because, or at least this is my strategy, I'm just there to absorb first 6 months.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm just absorbing the information. I'm like, okay, cool. Who are the power players? Okay, who are the favorites? Okay, who's approachable? Who isn't? Okay, because you're still gonna have to work out. Okay, whose emails can I ignore? Whose emails can't I? Like, what is a priority? What isn't? So you're just sitting there quiet. You're there early and you're quiet and you're just absorbing.
You just get stuff done. You see, cool. Yeah,
and you write down everything. You keep a work diary.
Yeah,
and you write down everything.
Is it a thing? I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, dude, because you got to be able to consume a lot of information pretty quickly.
Oh, of course. Okay, I've definitely got a work diary. I've got about 3 of them. I thought you meant it was like personal stuff. Like, okay, so she and this guy have a good relationship. Don't try and rock the boat here. Try and suck up to this person. Like, I thought you meant like it was like a strategic playbook.
No. That's in the diary as well.
Oh, is that in the diary as well? That kind of strategy?
Yeah.
I suppose especially in corporate.
There's a double page every day. Yeah. Look, the personal stuff you sort of work out. But in the beginning, jot it down. Okay. Sam Elliott, do not miss his emails. Blah, blah, blah. Likes this. No. Expects a coffee. Quick ones, dude.
That sounds hectic.
Because you don't want to be landing on your feet longer than you have to. No, I mean, you can take the slow road and just figure things out as they go. And dude, we can't play.
Yeah. No,
you can't be sleeping on yourself. That's called being asleep.
Yeah.
And we're not grads anymore. We're not bucks.
Yeah. No, you have to get it. It's like
Um,
what Stalin's henchmen used to do, like his like inner circle. So apparently they used to like
what they do?
Stalin loved to watch Western movies at like 2 o'clock in the morning when they were like drunk, right? So they would get there and like they would all be drinking and they would all want to go home and to their wives, but they'd have to sit there and get drunk with Stalin. And they would make jokes. And let's say he makes a joke,
Power move.
you make a joke about like the Navy, and he doesn't laugh. They'll write down a
Yeah.
little thing, okay, doesn't like Navy jokes. Or make a joke about the farmers, and he'll laugh. Like, okay, likes write things about, and then he'll when they're drunk, they'll go back and give it to their wives and say, okay, so remind me in the morning. And in the morning they go over it. So what made him laugh? Okay, Navy jokes, no laughs. Farmers, yes. Like that's how they did to try and get in his good
Oh,
books all the time.
swag.
Because he killed people
Yeah,
all the
yeah, yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I had to make sure they're either the most
Oh,
powerful
yeah,
people
yeah,
in
true, true,
Russia
true.
or dead. So there was like a very fine line that they had to tread between being those two things, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, it sounds like that kind of playbook.
Yeah. No, it is. And look, it's not a long-term thing. I believe myself to be a great judge of character.
Sure.
Like I'm really wrong. Like very like I can make a call on someone pretty quickly.
I'll back you on that. Sure.
Yeah. So I'm not like sitting there every day being like, must know exactly what they like for coffee. I'm not gonna do that.
Mm.
But I do like to get up to speed as quick as possible. And that's why I would sort of do that diary for the first, maybe even just a month. I mean, you keep a work diary
smart.
anyway, just for work and
Yeah.
to-do list and all that stuff.
Where's this on the CMS? How do you post this? How do you?
Yeah,
sure. No, 100%.
yeah. But it's good just to sort of like, we're still social creatures. I always say when I got to work, I was like, oh, it's still high school.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You're like, everything is still from high school.
You have the cool
It's
kids,
still the same playbook,
and the not so cool kids, and you want to hang with the cool kids. And at lunchtime, you want to hang out with those guys, and after work drinks, you want to get an invite, but you're not sure if you're going to get an invite. It's
It's still high school dynamics.
100%.
So, high school didn't go too bad for me. I think it went pretty well. So I should be fine in those environments. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. What else do you think is important going into a new gig?
Going to a new gig, I think it's important to show who you are early. So like I think in terms of what you're good at, because what I always realize when you go to like a new place, a new job, a new country, a new whatever, people have no idea what you've accomplished in your previous life. You know what I mean? This is a new thing that
you
you're
know
now.
one.
Say again.
Yeah. Okay.
So no one understands.
You know one.
Yeah, you know one. So all they're judging you on is what you show them first, right? So if you come in and one day you've got like a big pimple on your nose, they go, "Hey, it's pimple guy." You know, all they know about you is that you get big pimples.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So like if you get in there and you have to like, let's say you think your best attribute is your sociability with people, right? Which I think probably is one of your greatest assets, is that you get in there and you go, "Hey guys, work drinks Wednesday, let's go." And then you get there and you're making them laugh and you go, "Hey, this Kanye guy is actually like a really good time." And then they go like, "Okay, cool. Maybe this is another reason why this person is indispensable and stuff." And then other things like, let's say you don't get something in on time, whatever, they realize, it's cool. He's a good guy. You know what I mean? Like, Kanye, what a funny guy. We want to keep him around. I think that's
so
really
create your
important.
value early.
Yeah, 100%. But the value that you don't, because obviously you get your work value and they're judging that on like a numbers basis with like KPIs and whatever, but show your value outside of that. If you're a good baker, bring in the cupcakes. People love food. You know what I mean? Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Show your outside value as soon as you possibly
your
can.
extracurricular.
Yeah, exactly.
Early as well. Hey? Okay.
Yeah, I think
I thought you keep it hidden and you just let the work talk. But you're like, no, don't waste time.
I don't think so. I mean, the first week I was at beep. I am beeping it for myself, so I don't have to worry about doing it. And I was the first week I got there, I was coming in early, working through lunch, leaving late, like every single day from Monday to Friday. And then on Friday, they said, like, "Listen, Nick, there's a dinner that we need you to go to for us. And you're going to go with these 4 guys who were like the kind of like the buggers in the office." And I was like, okay, but I wanted to kind of keep it quiet. Like I was trying to still kind of keep it low. That night we go to the dinner, beers are flowing. this one guy says you have to go to a strip club, and he goes, and everyone starts laughing like, ha 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 ha, like, yeah, I'll go to a strip club. Then he says it like again in the middle of like late in the night, like, hey, yeah, we should go to a strip club after this. And he goes, ah ha ha ha. Then he mentions it like 4 or 5 times. Like, I was like, dude, like it's a lame joke now. Like, we're not, you know what I mean? Like, we get it. Like, it's funny. You want to go to a strip club. And then when you're outside calling our Ubers to go home, and like, I should get one more drink somewhere. Like, yeah, let's get one more drink somewhere. It's like, yeah, I've got an Uber to the spa in middle of town. It's like, oh, okay, cool, sweet. Then we get there, and it's a strip club. And then so I'm like, my first week at the office, we're just going to a strip club, and like I'm sitting there like, what? They're like, pay my entrance, buy my beers. I'm sitting there like, I'm already pretty lit. I'm like sitting there like, what the hell is going on here? So there's no way that I could not show who I am. So now I'm there and I'm buying shots, people have the best time. You know what I mean? Drinks. You know what I mean? Like, so it was it's very difficult for me not to do that. But I realized you go like, so you Friday night, you get drunk, you get home at 4 a.m. On Monday morning, you come in, no one says a thing, but there's like a little look, like as you walk in, they go like, and then they
carry part of the crew.
Yeah, it's that little look that says like, oh no, you're a mate now. You're a colleague, also a mate, and that's, I think, is important to get that look.
And now your value's been established.
Yeah. But it's always important to never mention anything, unless it's like a really deep inside joke. So if you come in and you go on Monday morning and you say to let's say your superior was with you at that night out, and you go, hey, how was that? What time did you get home? Dead. You're done. It's over for you. You're not coming back. You have to get in. You have to go the little look, and then you go and you sit and work, and you don't talk about it till the next time you're drinking. That's imperative. You don't mention a thing. I found that was very, very important as well.
That's some good value.
Yeah.
Well, look, we were just doing a quick snippet podcast because Nick had his beauty sleep and wearing his sunglasses, but I think we should cap it off there for the week.
Okay, cool, fantastic.
Next week.
Yeah, and I'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Love you. Bye.